it's true, I may not be able to offer all the bells and whistles, but if I have some of those basics in place, all of a sudden I am competing with that larger organization. If you Google 401k, you learn immediately about, tax benefits and so on and so forth. But, is there another benefit, like, for instance, attracting talent that a 401k could really help you do?
Absolutely. Look, you have small businesses trying to compete with these big corporations that offer such a great benefits package. You don't want to lose your talent to, these big corporations or another company that's offering a benefit like a 401k, health benefits. It's another, benefit that, employees or people look for when they're deciding who they want to work for. So, you offering a strong benefits package and offering a 401k, health, can definitely help you retain talent and also attract talent, and you're gonna lower that turnover, it's one of those things where if you don't have keep the right people in place, could hinder your business. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of your employees, and one of those ways is offering a strong benefits package, like a 401k, health.
And sometimes we think, we talked about smaller businesses being able to do this, and you're like, well, how do I compete with those bigger ones? Well, we may not be able to implement as strong as as much in the benefits package. But you would be surprised, I think I have been, over the years during interviews, what people kind of hone in on. Yeah. And then, it's true, I may not be able to offer all the bells and whistles, but if I have some of those basics in place, all of a sudden I am competing with that larger organization.
Absolutely.
Right? And if one of my competitors in my own space is trying to, poach one of my employees, which is a real thing in today's world,
that can mean the difference.
It can mean a huge difference. It's like, well, why would I change? Yeah, you're paying me more money, but they're giving me an extra 3% at the end of the year in a matching 401k.
Oh yeah.
What are you
going to mean the world of difference? Absolutely. It's one of those things where it's you're offering a match. You're not just on top of just a 401k where you can you give them an account. You have give them the opportunity to throw money and avoid paying some taxes. When you offer that match, it's free money for the employees, so they're gonna really appreciate that. It's like giving them a bonus for just being an employee, but at the same time being loyal and staying with you.
And I think in a culture of the business cultures matters to you. You're also saying, I'm not thinking about your today. I'm thinking about your tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
You're here now, and we're great to have you here. But we want to have you here for the long haul. Absolutely. So much so, we're going to help you plan for that, right? So it's a whole different culture shift with your employees.
Yeah.
I think once you start talking about some of these offerings that you can offer, and like we said, this isn't something that's just for the big boys,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're a 2-person, 3-person, startup here on Brickell. You can offer these benefits and be competing with,
Absolutely.
Silicon Valley from that perspective, if you choose to.
Absolutely.